Hello guys, welcome to a new video. This is Razor Gaming, and today I'm going to be doing an updated gaming rig video because my old video is quite outdated and I've got quite a new few things in it. This is the first video I've posted on here for absolutely ages, so I'm very sorry about that. But yeah, I've been busy with a lot of stuff, and yeah, it's Christmas, so just sort of think of it as this is New Year's Day, so you know, new start. I'm gonna start posting some more videos. He says, although probably after I do my GCSEs, then I'll have more time to do everything. Anyway, let's get straight to the point. So this is a rig. It looks pretty much the same from the outside as it did in the last video. There are a few changes. For example, the power button has disappeared. There used to be a power button in there, but now it's gone because I lost it. But you can just press a little contact in there and it'll work just the same. But now, let's see, you can't really see well inside, but that's why I'm going to do a little jump cut. And here we are, guys. This is inside the rig. That was a jump cut I just cleverly did, and I completely opened my rig and everything, and now we're inside. So I'll take you through the things. This fan controller that I showed you, I don't know if I showed you the fan controller. I don't know if I had the fan controller. It's really hard to see in this light. Hang on a minute. It's really hard to see. There's a fan controller there. I can't remember if I put that in the last video, but yeah, that was there and that was working. But since I got a new motherboard, which had more fan connections, I decided I wouldn't need that anymore and just keep the fans running full all the time, because that actually saves. It doesn't. You don't have a risk of accidentally heating it then. Anyway, so I'm putting my light here so you can see everything better. So I have got a new motherboard. Now, if you compare this to the last video, the motherboard was about, if I just show you, this is the new one. The motherboard was about half the size of this one. It was like, it ended here rather than down here. And that's because it was a micro, I believe it was a micro ATX, or I always get confused between the two. But it was a smaller motherboard size, and so for my birthday, which is in October, I got a new motherboard. And there's also underneath this new fan, which is also something I got in the summer. I got a new cooling system. This is huge. This thing is absolutely huge compared to the whole motherboard and the processor and everything. But basically, I've got a new processor as well, which I also got when I got the motherboard. For your information, the motherboard is an ASRock 970 Extreme 4, which it is really good. I've had a lot of fun with it. See, there's you got power switches inside and all kinds of stuff. I've actually got room for another graphics card, which means I can use SLIs. It says, which would be good, but I'd rather get one powerful graphics card than SLI, because SLI has loads of problems with some games and they don't support it and all. It's also got a little. I've got too many. Oh crap! Don't turn on! Don't turn on! Turn off! Okay, never mind. I accidentally pressed the power button. Okay, well, you can see in there, you see that sort of LCD down there, sort of numbers? That's a debug thing, so if your computer goes wrong, it sort of flashes up a number, like a code, and then you search it on the internet or search in the manual, and then you know what's gone wrong with the motherboard, because the motherboard sort of diagnoses what's wrong with the computer, which is very, very useful. I found when I was putting it together. It's a lot dusty. I need to dust this out. When I was putting this motherboard in, I was having quite a few problems, and this debug thing really helped. You can't see it again, but the debug thing really helped me fix a lot of the problems. Also, it's got quad channel memory, which the old motherboard didn't have. So I could actually put 2 more RAM slots and make it 16 gig, but you don't really need 16 gig, so I'm fine with 8. And obviously in the future I can put another 2 sticks in. So again, same graphics card, haven't changed that. You know, in the next few years or so, or maybe I might get a whole new rig, to be honest. But in the far future. But if I am going to upgrade, I'm probably going to upgrade to the 900 series graphics cards, like the 970 and the 980, which are quite a lot better than the 670 is. But at the moment, it's doing just fine, so I'll leave it as it is. Yes, okay, right, these fans are pretty much the same. The green fan I removed, and I just got a white fan now, because the green fan was pretty rubbish. I installed that in my dad's computer, because he was having cooling problems in his, so he's got a big sort of green fan on the side of the computer, just giving like sort of passive cooling kind of thing. We got an exhaust fan here. Basically, both of these are exhaust fans, so the heat will come through here, and then it will go out the back and the top. and we do have a couple more things. So I don't know if this was in the last video again, but and there goes my controller. In there is another fan. I think you might be able to see it better from this angle. There's another damn that needs dusting. Okay, I'll dust that later. But there is another fan in there, and also there is. I think it's probably fallen over. But there is another fan in here. Just give me a second. Which is actually supposed to go up that way. There's another fan which is just loose in there. Now the reason for that is I had a spare fan because I bought like a couple of fans a while ago, and I didn't want to buy. If you normally want to attach a fan onto 3 5 1/4 inch drive bays, which are what these are, which basically fit your CD drives in, I needed a fan in that position, and to get an adapter it would cost, you know, like 10 quid, and it would also, there weren't any available like locally, so I'd have to order it off the internet, and I wasn't really bothered to wait, so I just slotted it in there. Now it just normally rests on the bottom when I'm playing. I don't move my computer about, so it's just fine, and the cooling is really nice. Now it's like works very well. I suppose the best thing would be if this was designed differently, so the fan would actually suck in from this side, but it doesn't, so that's just, you know, problems with the design, but I can't really do anything about that. Also, this graphics card has been a lot cooler, like, you know, half the temperature it was, now that I've got this fan, and this fan, both fans at the front now, I've got them blowing air through. This is a lot cooler, this graphics card, especially with the fan coming from up there, and this is just all cool. It's never hot anymore, which is great. I suppose it would be good when I get a more powerful graphics card which produces more heat. Anyway, anything else to show? I think that's pretty much it. New motherboard, new processor. New processor is AMD 8350, which is an 8-core rather than my 4-core, which was a 4170. Again, all of this stuff I got on October the 19th, which is my birthday, and it's good. I mean, I haven't noticed that much improvement. I've noticed maybe 20-30% improvement over my old processor, and actually, you'd be surprised to know, I've got my old stuff here. This is the old motherboard. I'll actually use this as a comparison. This is the old heatsink. Don't know, it was in my last video. The stock, let me just focus this. This was the stock heatsink here, which is it did its purpose, but I guess I don't need it very much anymore. Let me just move this crap out of the way. Let's have a look. Let's compare the sizes just for fun of these two, because there's a big difference. So this is my old one. Now, if I drop that in there, okay. So you can see that there's a good this much gap room between even just the height of it. And it's around the same width, but you can see it's only got one graphics card slot. The white one is the graphics card slot. It's only got one of them. And if you look at the back, the I/O panel has not got that many connections. I was struggling with 4 USBs with all the stuff I have on my computer. So what I did is I really fixed all the wiring, and I got these front USBs working. Yeah, I can't see them, but you can see them here. I got these front USBs working now, so I can actually plug stuff in the front, which I've been missing for such a long time. Now, probably the best thing about this motherboard is the I/O panel. It is so much better than my old one. Let's have a look. So, you ready for this? It's got all of these audio channels that I'll probably never use, which is obviously something that you would use if you were into audio and stuff, and then again you probably have a dedicated sound card. These are 4 USB, I believe, although there's a SATA back there as well, so you could plug in an external hard drive. But you've got 2 USB on there, you've got 2 USB 3.0, which is like the better USB that I haven't really bothered using, and then plugged into my keyboard and mouse, I've also got 2 more USBs. So that is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 USBs on the back, which is it's much better. I mean, even having 2 more just helps so much of everything really. But yeah, other things it's also got a clear CMOS button. Now, if you don't know what that is, if you make something wrong with the motherboard BIOS settings are basically used to overclock and change like the low level stuff in the computer. If you make a mess and you can't boot your computer, you would press that switch for a few seconds, and it clears this little battery called the CMOS battery, which is in there, that shiny thing. And basically it just removes all your settings, restores it to the default, and it means that you can probably boot your computer up again. This doesn't work every time for me, but it does work quite a few times, so I'm happy. I'm not really that much clue what SPDIF is, but I'm not into audio. Again, look, they still have PS2 connections. That's just a, this is a sort of, you won't be able to buy a PS2 mouse anymore, but they still have them, or a keyboard for that matter. Right, let's go on to the stuff on the top. Sort of general external hardware. We have a new mount. Well, it's kind of new. Again, I got it last Christmas. I don't know if it was in my old video. I don't think it was. Actually, I got it for my birthday money. Yeah, this is the Cone XTD. This mouse is amazing. It is sick. It is a great mouse. It was 60 quid, I believe. I used it with some money I got for my birthday. I really need an autofocus camera. 8200 dpi sensor, which is like really sensitive. I normally scale it back a bit because it's that sensitive. You got two buttons here, and it lights up as well. I've got it uses like an external power, so I don't actually have to have the computer on. You can change the colours of this as well, but I'm obviously not going to do that right now. So there's easy shift, which means you can just modify with keys and everything. You got a scroll wheel that can go forward and back, left and right, start menu button. Yeah, it's really good. And also, the newest thing I've got with this computer is the ISCO keyboard. Let me just turn on, I'm going to power it on because then, there we go. Right, then I can actually show you this, because it does light up as well, once the computer's all powered up. What is making that noise? Is it rubbing against the... Something sounded a bit dodgy in there. I'm sure it's fine. Right, there we go. It lights up. Awesome. And it has different profile switches and all this good jazz. So you can set different profiles. It's got 5 macro keys. Escape F1, F2. It's got all the I've obviously got all the F buttons. And it's actually got a proper numpad for once. My old compact keyboard did not have a full numpad. It sort of had a numpad, but you had to like switch everything between, because the arrow keys and the numpad were sort of integrated, so you had a button to switch it up here, and yeah, because it's compact, and it was alright, but it was a bit tedious. Rocket Toy, I have no idea what that is. You can change the brightness as well, so you got a few different settings. It's hard to see on the video, but yeah, it's nice. I really like the keyboard, and it's got some nice glossy features here, and the rocket symbol, and it goes well with the mouse. So basically, from a backwards perspective, there's a really low FOV on this camera. It really does look nice. It's a proper gaming rig now. Like everything is good. Everything. So yeah, that's basically it. Don't know what else to go. Oh yeah, that's wheels. I tried getting my racing wheel ready, as you can see down there, but yeah, I'm not really keen. It's kind of a cheap one. 50 quid is cheap for a racing wheel. You need to buy like a G27, which is like 180 quid for a proper racing wheel. But anyway, back to the point. Nothing really is different apart from what I've just gone over. You know, I mean, the same screen. Maybe I might get a bigger screen, but I don't know. This screen is, you know, fine for how close I sit together with the TV, to the monitor even. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. This has been my gaming rig, and this is Retro Gaming. Hope to get some more videos soon. I might do one before the end of the holiday, but I'm not sure. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Have a good new year. Thank you. Also guys, I just forgot something after I recorded the video. I've also got an SSD now. So there's the hard drive, the 500GB, which I've been using before. And I think for my birthday I decided to get an SSD. You can see it just in there. You see the size difference between the hard drive at the top and the SSD at the bottom. The SSD is great. It's 128 gig. And the hard drive is 500. So I've put my operating system and, you know, the games that have really long loading times on the SSD to improve them. Oh dear. Go back, and I'll show you these actually. So I've actually need to clear some space off my SSD because it is like 7GB free. But my hard drive's got, you know, still like a load of space free because, you know, I've just piled on games and games and games on the hard drive, but I needed to clear some space off that SSD. This is about the minimum space I'd go to. Fun fact, if you didn't know this already, if you have an SSD like filled to the brink, you can't fill an SSD really far, and it will slow down over time. I haven't noticed this by filling it far from mine so far, but you know, it might be a problem in the long term, so I don't really do it. Anyway, that's the true end of the video now. Thanks for watching. This has been my gaming rig. This is Redrick Gaming. Goodbye.